Everybody the Lord say, somebody lift up your hands tonight and say, I want to hear you lift up your hands. Say, all the God. Lift up your hands. Yes, oh God. Somebody say the listen. Awesome God. Can we worship with our voice? Say, come on, lift your hands. We're standing on tonight. Somebody declare it, say, all I have is you. Amen. All I have is you. Jesus. All I have is you. Jesus. All I have is you. Everybody say, all I have is you.
Got two friends. One happened to be my childhood friend, okay, and he was diagnosed with leukemia. I think it's about when he was about 25. We went to secondary school together. Actually, school in Port Harcourt, Brereton College here. And one of those beautiful days, we when he got hospitalized, and we got praying for him. We kept praying for him, and that wonderful Thursday night on my late night show on Thursday, we actually came from the hospital. And I told him, man, you really have to stay tuned to your video because I'll talk about you tonight on my show. And he was like, oh, no problem, so we're going to do that. Though he wasn't very strong. And I was on air that night when his father sent me an SMS at about 11:30 p.m. Sent me an SMS, his friend just passed on. And at that moment, I had to start playing music, and I had to like go behind the microphone. I wept my heart out. We grew up together, and ever since then, now when I got to know that cancer is a serious business. Cancer actually meant serious business. And the second person I lost was back in my university days. We went to Community University to send year, first, second, third year, and she was diagnosed with breast cancer. That was back in the UK, Ireland, Dublin precisely, and she was rushed to the hospital. Her parents came to the UK to take care of her, and all of that. I wrote my exams, did her assignments while she was in the hospital. I wrote her statutory exams on her behalf, and on the day we were graduating from school, that graduation day was the day she passed on. And when she was called up to pick up her certificate, I stood for her. I didn't know she died that day, so I had to cover for my friend. But we got back home to our hostels the day we're about to pack up things back to Nigeria. That was when I had to call the dad we're done, when will you come and pick her? And he gave me the date she died, and that was our graduation day. So I was on the stage taking her certificate and mine, my dear friend passed on. So cancer is a serious thing, and that's what we're here to talk about. Okay, and that's why I want us to put our hands together for Peace and Sapphire Foundation for what they're doing here tonight. It's real business, ladies and gentlemen. At this juncture, before Keo comes up to talk to us and what he has to talk to us on, I would like to welcome one of the CEOs, or co-CEO, who has actually gathered us here today, Mrs. Dayo Ayo, as she comes to address us. Put your hands together for Mrs. Dayo Ayo. You want to clap for her? I mean the jellos. Hello, Chef. Dayo, Joe, sorry, well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm not so tall, so let me go up a bit. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor, more than a pleasure, to welcome you all to this night of music and comedy that is geared towards fundraising for the support of breast cancer patients in Nigeria. My name is Dayo Ojo of the LP Sapphire Foundation, and it is with great pleasure, great delight that I present to you this night of fun and lots of laughter. It is indeed worthy of note that your presence here today signifies the fact that you are a part of history, as you have cheerfully contributed in no small measure to putting a smile on the face of a needy breast cancer patient. You will agree with me that breast cancer is something that touches every one of us in one way or the other. How be it indirectly or directly. Statistics say 2 out of every 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Men are not left out, as 1% of men are also likely to get breast cancer. This is not to frighten you. I'm just trying to get you to appreciate the gravity of what we are dealing with. Much as it is something we all don't pray to experience, the truth is, breast cancer is here with us, whether we accept it or not. Unfortunately, its diagnosis in younger people these days is on the surviving it, while giving hope to those going through the experience now. To those currently battling breast cancer and to their loved ones, I say, this too shall pass. Permit me to tell you a little bit about LP Sapphire Foundation, the non-governmental organization behind today's program. LP Sapphire Foundation was incorporated in the year 2013 with the primary aim of giving hope and support to breast cancer patients and survivors. This organization was birthed and founded by my humble self. This was as a result of a personal, traumatic but victorious experience with breast cancer. To effectively achieve the set aim for this organization, I work with a co-survivor by name Asikiye Alamina. Since inception of this foundation, we have gladly and generously provided free prosthetic breast pumps, surgical bras, and mastectomy bras for the various victims of this disease. Our clientele spreads across the whole of Nigeria. Till date, we have successfully served about 100 women by giving 80 pieces of the prosthetic breast pumps and 150 pieces of the mastectomy bras. Can I pause here to say, each of those prosthetic breast pumps cost about $400, and each of those mastectomy bras cost about $70 on the average. So, you know, I just want you to do the math. We also provide moral support through our monthly support group meetings, as both of us are not afraid to tell our stories, as long as it will help another woman out there to live. It may shock you to know that the person sitting right next to you may be a survivor, as we have many of such in our midst today. In the year 2014, we had a symposium which was aimed at empowering the general public with information about breast cancer. It was a successful event, in my opinion. especially as it made many people to be breast aware, to the point that some decided to constantly do their personal monthly self-breast examination. A few of such women were unfortunately diagnosed with breast cancer and have since gone through treatment and are here today in our midst as survivors. This is to tell you that we are not just making noise, but we are truly saving lives with all our awareness campaigns. Our goal this evening is to further raise awareness about breast cancer while we seek to raise funds to continue to support women who have fallen victim of this deadly disease. This is why our theme says, Think Pink, Give Hope. Till date, we have had to carry out most of our activities using our personal resources. Unfortunately, or fortunately, our clientele is rapidly growing every single day, as it is becoming a little bit overwhelming to carry on. To this end, I would urge and encourage you all to be a part of what we are doing to save lives by giving generously towards our cause. We not only want to think pink, but we want to go a step further to give hope as we think pink. Your generosity in cash or kind will be deeply appreciated. We will also be grateful if we have volunteers who will be willing to assist with the day-to-day running of the organization. If interested, kindly drop your name and contact phone numbers at the reception desk outside, and we will contact you soon. Before I conclude my welcome address, may I seize the opportunity to thank every individual and organization who have supported us in various ways to make this program a reality. I would particularly like to thank every guest artist and comedian present here today, as they have all agreed to support our cause by doing this show pro bono. I will save the rest of the gratitude for the vote of thanks. In conclusion, may I say thank you once again for honoring our invitation and for listening to me. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of today's program. Remember, and Gillian says, there can be life after breast cancer. The prerequisite is early detection. Think pink and give hope. Thank you.
A round of applause. This is Dio Joe. Thank at the Pink Million stage, KO Papa.
Just don't worry, the character is changing. You think Rafujani, don't worry. You're very fair, but
I'm not impressed when I take mine from bachelor's these days. Amen. Please can we celebrate Mrs. Tayo Joe and all of the wonderful friends in Elvis. God bless you. I'll just do a quick one. Like she said, most of you don't understand the same because when they even talk self, a woman stand here. And if you like it or not, the German economy is like the most powerful economy in Europe. So you will see what a woman could achieve, and one man will tell you, say, you belong to kitchen. And what the man don't know. Because today somebody just reached past and I look what they say for kitchen, I'm nice a day. So when you start telling us that your wife belongs to kitchen, we are nice a day. That means she's closer to the weapon that can destroy you. So men, I want you to like see every good woman that God brings your way. Like I just married not too long. My wife is already knowing that I'm the most responsible and most intelligent man to marry. You don't understand. Papa, she had something with her finger and hand spoiled. But the first time in my life, after like 15 years, since after my mother stopped to send me message, I wash plates. And you know this woman, they say, what they do, you know that I'm not playing fine. Can you just try it, see if you can wash plates? I was complaining, but I saw it in the Bible, I did not bother. When I woke up, I read somewhere in 1 Kings chapter 13, verse 4, he said, and the Lord shall use it to, just as man wipeth the dish. It's in the Bible, I can show you if you want to see. Just, can I notice, even if they're using biblical for us men and women for us to be washing plates.